Hey, come on. Come on. Hey. What? Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Hey. Let's chit chat, sis is the show now. Come on. Bad black mama's gonna let you know now. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. Let's chit chat, let's chit chat, let's chit chat, sis. Hey, what's up? Let's chit chat, let's chit chat, let's chit chat, sis. Hey.
Welcome to Let's Chit Chat Sis. I'm your girl Kimmy, and we're back on the porch tonight, bringing you the hottest conversations with the best topic. And joining me tonight is my co-host Celeste.
Hey, how's everybody?
And Jay.
What's going on, good people? This is JB from NC, Proud Country Boy 252.
Hey, and tonight we have a special guest with us tonight, Miss Rosie from Rosie Perspective. How are you doing tonight, sis?
Good. How y'all doing?
Be good.
What's up, Rosie? Yeah. Welcome to the porch.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
The porch is an experience, so hold on tight, because God knows what you're going to hear tonight. So we are so glad you are here tonight, and we are going to discuss a topic that is probably a little risque in a way where some people may say, I'm going to think about this one. But before we get started, I dropped a topic, and I just want to get your feedback on it. It's an icebreaker for us, but I had to take a deep breath from this one. But Celeste, Rosie, this probably is more up our speed, but Jay, we want you to jump in because you're the male voice of the porch. The question that I pose to our Facebook friends and family is, I'm gonna put the word emphasis in quotation. Is monogamy hard for women?
Ooh, I can't wait to hear this one.
Oh, wow.
And let me repeat it. Is monogamy hard for women? And I say this because usually we have this conversation about men.
Right. That's why I can't wait to hear these responses.
Well, we represent two categories, right? More seasoned category, and then we have a younger version of us on the panel. So
yeah,
I would say in my heyday, it probably was hard, but I'm sure it's different now. If the guy ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, I guess we just got to do what we got to do.
Oh boy. I mean,
Why's it always got to be the guy ain't doing something?
Well, we ain't gonna blame ourselves. She said Celeste and Rosie. No.
Rosie.
I'm trying to think.
It don't have to be you, but just think about maybe friends you know what I mean? Everybody has a group of girlfriends in their circle, because I know I have some girlfriends in the circle that go through things, and they are honestly challenged now to stay committed.
You ain't say my circle, because my circle, they all would be doing it. I'm sorry.
See, that's what I'm saying. Don't put it on yourself. Put it on yourself, because we said women.
Mm-hmm.
Women.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like, is it hard? I mean, unfortunately, JB, I gotta go with kind of what Celeste said. Like, it's not hard until your dude ain't doing what he gotta do, and then you realize there's somebody out there that will. Me personally, it's not hard for me. I'm not saying it's any better. I'd rather complain about it, and complain about it and complain about it and eventually leave. I have a homegirl. She is a serial cheater. It's to the point where she's like, I can't stop. Like, she can have a dope dude, but she always wants the next one. And she don't know why. She's seeing somebody and everything, and she can't stop. And she knows it's a problem, but she can't help it. But for me, it's not hard, but I can see why for someone it is, because the guys of my generation, because I'm 33, it is hard out here. Okay, it is terrible. So, I mean, some people could just stay and try to work it out, or just be single, or they could just keep what they got and do a little something on the side. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say something before we go and get your opinion, Jay. Who looks at the shy?
Oh, I do.
Who looks at who?
Yeah,
The series The Shy.
Are you
Uh-huh.
talking about this season? I watched it up until this season. I haven't seen all of it yet.
Are
Okay,
you saying The Shy, like Chicago?
The
yes, it's a
show,
series
yeah.
called The Shy. Okay.
Okay, so no, I'm not familiar with it, but
Oh, you gotta catch up. You done missed 3 seasons.
Yeah,
And
I've watched
The
every season
Shy
except for
is
this
the
one.
bomb. When I'm telling you, written by Lena Waite, and she is the bomb. And
I like Lena Waithe.
this
I like her. I
this
like her a lot.
season is the bomb. And actually, it's 2 characters on there that this episode that just passed, they agreed because neither one of them could stop cheating on each other. And they're in a committed relationship. And what happens is they blame each other for cheating and doing this and doing that. They honestly love each other, but now they agree to openly have an open relationship. But one is a female, and she's like a hustler girl, but she's fucking one of her customers.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she,
I mean, they might as well with their
But this
cheating
is
ass.
fictitious. I
They
understand
just
it's a
cheating, okay?
show,
but if
but
you
this is
see the
fictitious,
show,
right?
if you see the show, you will be like, it's
Because it's based on reality.
yeah,
Right, based on reality.
it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
one of the hottest shows out right now. But it just brings you back. If I don't know that I think the tide is turned. Women are a little bit more. I'm not going for the bullshit anymore. You can
Ready
try to,
to go. Women are ready to go at the
yeah,
drop of a dime. Ready to go. Okay, with or without you.
with or without you. It could be a performance issue. If you're not performing, Rosie, think about it. You can on your
So are women, are you saying that they're harder to stay monogamous because the brothers are not doing what they're doing? They got less tolerance for bullshit? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we said that.
yeah,
Because
I bet.
I just wanted to say something to the point that Rosie made for the listeners in the back about the good brother, the dope brother, as you stated, that the serial cheater is still cheating on that brother, right? So I
Mhm.
know we're not going to expound much on that woman, but that's probably a very low percentage. I don't know if y'all will call that the female version. You know, you just say brothers are dogs, right? They just can't get enough. We're gonna keep cheating or whatever, even though we got a good woman at home. So I guess she might be the female version of that.
Yeah, she's just cute.
That
Probably.
that sounds like what you're saying is no matter how good dude is, she just got to go cheat.
Mhm.
So it's hard for her. And I understand in society too, because you know, social media, the world we live in, everything has changed, it's glorified, it's amplified. You know, we just talked about the poly thing. You know what I mean? You hear all this stuff, even those swingers when I was a young man, you heard about swingers, but it was real hush hush. It wasn't kind of nowhere near like on the forefront of the landscape as it is right
Absolutely.
now in this society.
So
So yes, I definitely see that it's hard from that aspect in terms of what you're exposed to on a daily basis. But a lot of mature women that I'm running into still are like, yo, I'm all about that monogamy, being with that one person. I want to be with that one special guy, and I'm that one special person to
Yeah,
him as well.
I think we
You
go
know,
into it like that, but we're saying is it hard for us to stay like
now, I'm saying
they
circumstances, of
like
course,
that.
right. We
They
talked
like
about that before. Circumstances change things. You're right. You're
but
right.
back in the
If
day,
dude done messed up, but
you have to admit, back in the day, women probably was more tolerant and say, okay, I'm in it for the long haul. You know, that even if
yes,
this has
yes,
happened, even if
yes,
you are the cheat, you cheated on me, I'ma stay. I think things are different now because what
Mhm.
I even saw with the feedback was if you don't give me the emotional support, I'm gonna go over here and get that support from this person
so
over
the
here.
question really should be, is it true that women don't take no more shit off men now?
Yeah, if you want to put it like
And
that, then I guess.
they gonna go find them another dude if you ain't, you know. And I do get what you're saying though, because you know, the women's movement, women in general, you know, are at a point now where they're like, hey, I ain't going through that no more.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna, you know. So I get it. I do get it.
so
I
then
just glad that Rosie brought my point up. That
you
was gonna bring up that point. She brought it up for me that there's probably a small percentage of women that just can't get enough.
hopefully
Like
for your sake too, right? So
hopefully my
hopefully for your sake, you're a nice looking, handsome
I
gentleman.
appreciate it.
So
Thank you.
guess
Thank you.
what? if you don't,
But
if you run into the same risk, because you got, just like women always have to be in a competitive mode with a man. I think that level is now dropping, because guess what? It's like, hey, F the fucking bullshit now. I'm not gonna compete for him because that dick is there and I can get that dick there over there too. It goes both ways. And guess what? You are the package right here. You're educated, you know you're business savvy, and you know it, you throwing it down in the bedroom, but
well, thank
you
you,
don't
thank you.
listen. You don't listen. You don't do this, and guess what?
Oh, that
He
wasn't about me. Oh, I
he,
thought that was
he
about
over
me.
there doing it. I'm just giving an example, Jay. But you know, he not doing. I'm going over here with him. You see what I'm saying? Times is changing. So I think this question is relevant because that's the feedback that people are getting. I think even with older women, I think they're more challenged to go test those waters. But remember the episode we had about men wanting the younger women? Okay, remember what you're asking for when you want the younger women. They're not going for it. So that was the icebreaker of the day. And
Wait, can I say something? One last thing pertaining to that. Actually, I had two things to say. So, in regards to JB's comment, you said, you know, there's a small percentage. Believe it or not, I think it's probably bigger than men imagine, because these women are not playing. I'm telling you. Again,
Wow.
I know so many women. I have.
These are
I'm
the
not.
good dudes, though. These are the ones I want to make sure now, for clarity purposes. They got a good dude, but they still can't get enough of the
big
D,
on it.
and they're cheating. But they got a real good dude.
It's not that they're bad dudes. I know another instance that I've heard from somebody where she was dating this dude and he was a good dude, but as Kimmy said, you know, there was a performance issue. And my girl was pretty much like, if you not gonna do it, I'm letting you know ahead of time. I'm gonna find somebody that can. She didn't want to break
Gotcha.
up with him. She was just like, I'm trying to get my shit off, and if you not able to do it, then where does that leave me? Which, you
Right.
know, she was
Gotcha.
like, I gave
Gotcha.
him a time frame. I mean, it is what it is. So she was willing to go out there. And one more thing I would say is also, you know, sometimes dudes say that women get comfortable, which we do, but a lot of times dudes get real comfortable, and the way they start off in the relationship, they don't continue that, and now you have this woman on this high, and then as time progresses, you're not giving her the same, whether it's sweet messages, whether it's all that stuff, which she now craves, and she knows your ass can do it, but you don't want to do it no more. So now she's looking for the next sweet nothing to come from a dude because her man's not getting it. I'm not saying that's a reason to cheat, but women like stuff like that. So when a dude starts off doing that, and that throughout the relationship, all of the stuff goes away, there's no sweet messages, everything becomes regular, we looking for some more sweet stuff. Where is it? We need something to hold on to. So I
So,
mean,
brothers, stay consistent, brothers. You hear that?
correct.
Stay consistent, brothers. Don't be inconsistent. Okay. If you've been texting messages all day long, and she's swinging from the chandeliers, you got to keep texting messages so she can keep swinging from the chandeliers. Because
Between from
we
your
here.
chandelier and his chandelier too, and maybe his over there too.
Right. If you inconsistent, that's what's gonna happen. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, you know what? That's it. I mean, you know, Rosie, I'm so glad you said that, because I think that we have a lot of conversations on the porch of just need based, and we talk about just what women are striving to get to. I think we miss a big chunk of what women expect. You know what I mean? It's not the point anymore of what we're going to do, is what we expect. And if you don't come through, guess what? Your ass is fired. I hate to use that term because I can't stand that fucker that even said that term. But you are fired. You know what I mean? I may keep you for this purpose, but I may go over here to this person because we may keep on. We put this stuff out here about it's a shortage of men. I think that's not true, because you know what? They're coming.
So why are women saying that then if there's
Because
not really a shortage
the
of
men
men?
that are there are
There's a lot
raggedy.
of self-esteem going.
So there is a shortage of men then, Rosie? Is
I
there a
think there's
shortage?
a
I'm
shortage of
confused.
good men.
I'm just
The good men I know, most of them are already taken. The dusties are
okay.
left. Okay. And I've been
The who are left?
uh,
What was that?
Dusty.
Dusty,
yeah.
Dusties.
It's just, I mean, they lack
Gotta do
something.
like
I
this.
think
And shine them up, change their clothes.
Would that be like a diamond in the rough though? Can that be a diamend in the rough?
I don't know how dusty you want it. You know,
I mean, depending on how rough it is, but I'm just saying if
Real rough.
exhausting, okay? It's just, come on. I mean, it's like women have to continuously build guys up. It's not all the
oh
time, but it's like
wow.
men are able to find women that, for the most part, has a lot put together. Not everything, because nobody's perfect. But
absolutely.
women are continuously meeting guys that barely got one of the main things. Either they got an apartment, no car, or either they got a car, they ain't got no job. It's like either they got a plan, but they don't know how to put it in motion. Listen, sir, I ain't got time to be trying to put you together, and I'm still
Right.
trying to figure me out. And I feel like it's more on women to do that for guys than guys to do that for women. So I'm not saying you won't find a man that's worth it, but there's so many out there. So it's like if you meet one, you try to work with him, and then you meet another one, and you got to work with him, and then you meet. At some point, can I meet a regular dude that's already somewhat put together? I mean, I ain't got the
I
time for that.
got you. I see. It's a lower percentage of got it together brothers.
Correct.
Then
I
you dust
got you.
them off and he
You got some that can give you 1 out of 3 major
Mhm.
non-negotiables, but the 3 out of 3 percentage is low,
and
Yes.
then
And,
you
or
dust
4 out of 4,
off,
whatever it is.
you dust him off and he cheat.
and he
Now
go over to somebody else and take his new shiny ass over there to somebody else. You know what I mean?
you
Wow,
gotta put your
wow,
ass down. Throw some mud on.
wow.
Yeah. I cleaned you up and made you shiny, and then you took your shiny
Yeah.
ass over there. Guess what?
Yep.
When I see you right when I get to the middle
Wow,
part, when I
wow.
nice cleaned you up halfway, and I see you start to twerk a little bit, I'm gonna drop your ass over there, and then I'm gonna go over
We
here.
done fixed your credit and shit. We done got your driver's license back, and now you gonna get. Man, I wish I would. And I be done messed your damn credit back up again.
So brothers, stay faithful, brothers, stay strong, get it together.
You say that weird.
They ain't playing out here. They're not playing anymore in 2021, brothers. We got to get it together.
Oh, you
But
gotta
this,
get it
this
together.
may make you change your mindset, because I know how you feel, Jay, about our topic coming up. Because I purposely put this out here because I know what you're going to say.
Oh
Our
wow, yeah,
topic
yeah.
for
That's
tonight is,
man.
what happens when your partner's best friend is of the opposite sex?
Now what happened? He is saying what happens. Okay, like
Tell us, Jay.
I'll tell you something. Let me just say this. I don't have a problem with friends of the opposite sex because one, there's life before me. Hold on, hear me out. There's life before me. There's a life you have. There are people you know, whether through school, coworkers, or whatever, however you call them, friends, associates. However, there are boundaries. There's a behavior. There's like when you're in a monogamous committed relationship, all right, you're not single anymore. So you don't do single things the way you did. And the right person, when you're with the right person, you don't even have to check behind them because they're not going to do that anymore. So if they have a friend of the opposite sex that say they used to maybe hang out with now and then and they go out before they were in a committed relationship and all that, well, the right person for you, even though they have that friendship, it's gonna change because of the relationship, because of respect of the boundaries. So if you don't have any boundaries in place, and you just like I got male friends and I got female friends, y'all 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, y'all calling each other and all this traveling out of town and all this whole kind of crazy
Yeah, I
shit
knew
going
you was
on.
gonna slip that in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's violations. You know what I'm saying? Like, not me. I'm too old school for that. I'm not. No, it's just one woman, one man in this relationship. Now we got people you call friends, and I'm saying this to say when you want secure with yourself, this is where I feel you have to be secure with yourself first, because you're gonna meet people, and when you start going out on a date, they see somebody they know that they already knew before you, they should be able to speak to that person freely the way they already have, have they already had the relationship. You can't be insecure just because they have a friend that they already know of the opposite sex. You just can't be flipping out because they speak to them. And some of the greetings are the half hug, the little cousin hug. Now you can't be all,
Mhm.
booed up in the hug and,
You got
all that kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? That's where the problems come in at. There are no boundaries. So I'm again, I'm gonna go on record to say I don't have a problem with the relationship of the opposite sex as long as the relationship is being respected and that there are boundaries. You know what I mean? And it's upfront. It ain't nothing hidden. You know, you ain't sneaking over there. And you know,
So
if you gotta call and talk to him about something, hey, I gotta call and talk to Raheem about something,
I
whatever,
tell you.
blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, and it's cool. Do your thing. You know what I mean? It's
okay,
if it's a real, genuine, plutonic relationship.
okay. So
That's
Celeste,
just my little take.
Celeste, don't Celeste,
Yes.
Celeste. Your
Yeah,
feed,
I'm gonna be professional, yes.
your feedback, Celeste.
Listen. I have a best friend. I have a best friend, and that's my best friend. My best friend and I, we don't cross any lines, and he's a guy, and that's my best friend. But you're not gonna tell me how to handle my best friend. I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna give you respect. Listen, like you said, you don't have to really tell me
Right.
how I'm feeling you, is how I'm gonna respect you, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
But
Right.
just know now you just on the scene. You that new nigga. This is my ride or die. He been here forever. He
Right.
got my
Oh,
back.
ever.
So you might, you gotta get up to that. You ain't there yet. Don't be coming in here barking.
You
Don't be
still
giving
on
no,
rental.
don't be giving no orders yet. Half hug, half a hug, side hug, whatever we was doing before you
Talk
was
at 2 o'clock. Don't talk at 10.
here. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. My best friend and I met his wife at the same time. He met his wife when we were out hanging out dancing one night. And because that's my best friend, and he was trying to have a relationship with his new woman, I, as a best friend, backed off because I knew how it felt as a woman. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to give me boundaries. We should know how to behave without you telling us 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever. My best friend's not going to disrespect you as a man. He's going to
So,
say,
so Celeste, do you feel like this? Jay, you might want to jump in here. I think that when you give people boundaries, um, I think that you almost create a tense relationship.
yes.
I think you
Yeah. Well, let me, and I want to
say,
just,
I don't trust you. I don't
right. I just
trust.
want to go on record as saying in my analogy, I didn't want it to sound like I was giving boundaries. I'm saying that that's
you.
when you're with the right person, you don't give boundaries because they already have them established. That's what I'm saying. That, you don't have to say these things because the right person, when they see their friend, they're going to handle it. You know what I mean? It's just like a dude approaching your girl or whatever. Like some guys be flipping out if they get up to go to the bathroom and they come back and a guy standing at the table trying to holler,
Yeah,
because he might
that
not have
person.
known.
That person.
But my saying is my perspective of this, I ain't tripping because I know she gonna handle herself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I know she gonna handle herself. So the same thing with the opposite sex friends, the right person for you, you ain't got to be talking about no boundaries because they already know how to handle themselves.
But I
But
want to
You
see
you
know,
already gave boundaries. So Rosie,
you did.
I did not
gave
give boundaries. I'm giving
Rosie.
examples.
It's Rosie turn. It's Rosie turn.
Okay, so honestly, I agree with JB. I also agree with Celeste. I think it's a balance between the two. I definitely think boundaries should be established. Now, as you both said, I do believe that it wouldn't be necessary for my man to tell me what boundaries need to be set because I already got that under control. And I've had instances because I used to have male best friends. Now we're just cool. It's not that they're not my best friend, but those are still my homies. And new guys that come in, it's like, so how long have you known him? And they feel funny about it. But I'm like, if I've known somebody almost 20 years, I'm not going to stop talking to them completely.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to disrespect you. And if he would come over or I would chill with him, I'm not going to really do that no more. But I still feel like we should be able to still converse. And I don't feel like I
Exactly.
got to give you a whole essay on why I got to do so. I think
Exactly.
that's part of being immature, you know? And another thing I will say is I've had the conversation about the phone thing. It was a dude I was talking to a while ago, and the conversation came up about if we get together and your old female friends that you knew prior to me would call him, what time would be deemed inappropriate.
Yeah.
I said after like 10 o'clock, like what she gotta tell you that she can't wait for it in the morning? And for him, he was like, I don't see the big deal. And I'm like, see, how do you not see that that's an issue? If I'm laying up with you and your homegirl from back in the days knows you got a girl now, just calling you midnight, 1 o'clock, is there an
Yeah,
emergency?
because see, we got a pre-booty call time and then a booty call time. So
Correct. But even if
10
that's
o'clock to
not your
12
booty
o'clock is a
call,
pre-booty call time. So it's cool.
see, the
You
thing
know.
is, see,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding.
people say women don't owe other women that. I get it. My homeboy that I'm talking about that I've known almost 20 years, once he got into a relationship, I used to call him all the time, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, because we'd be, out in the streets or you at a club, whatever. Once he got a girl, he didn't have to tell me to stop calling. I stopped.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
In the
Yeah.
morning.
Respect. That's right.
Yeah, so no, I didn't owe her that, but it was just like a silent girl code. I know how I would feel about it, so I wouldn't do it. But I will say one last thing, JB, because you're a guy, I don't have a problem with the opposite sex friends either, but okay,
Ooh, that's a big butt.
times the guys be like, that's my best friend, but they fucked already. Uh, Almost all the time. Yeah, we had sex, but that was a long time ago. Now that's a problem for me. Like,
Wait a minute, Miss Rosie.
So, but why? Why would that be a problem?
I ain't never said I was having no. He can't have no best friend. That's me. I can have a best friend. He can't have shit.
Okay, but can we let her expound on why
Yeah,
now that
because I want to hear that. Go ahead, Rose.
they're fucking, why is it now a problem if they've been upfront with you? I
That's
mean,
a
they're not anymore, right? They're not anymore. This is previous,
Not
life before
anymore. Go
you.
ahead, Rose. They're
It's
not.
life before you, right?
I don't care because y'all fucked already. And if y'all fucked before, y'all can fuck again. Like, I just feel a way about it. Like, at some point, y'all were attracted enough to fuck. And I'm not saying that's the case now, but I feel funny about it, which I feel like is backwards for guys. But because I've never fucked my homeboy, people guys have thought, well, because you haven't, there's a possibility you will. I'm like, if I wanted to, I would have did it the whole 20 years I've known him. So for me, I don't think of it that way. If you have it, I'll be more cool with it. But if I know you fucked her before, that means y'all can fuck again, and I don't like that.
I agree.
No,
So is that a deal breaker then? Like the
I
new guy's off he's no longer in the dating possibility now that his best friend you just met was somebody he fucked
That shit.
10 years ago?
I always have
10
doubt.
years ago and it's not anymore?
I was always have doubt in my head.
yeah,
I
it
never
just
fucked one of my friends, so I don't know about that. I ain't that don't make sense. That's my ex-lover now. That's not my friend.
yeah. And
Wow,
it's like, oh,
that's
I'm hanging
amazing.
out, I'm going to her house, knowing that they fucked before. Again, they may not be fucking now, but y'all fucked before, and I know that. So it's like, no,
Well,
you ain't
see,
going to her
see,
house. Y'all fuck around and fuck again.
well,
No.
see, to your point, this is exactly what I was saying about the right person that you're with, because you're not gonna do that. That's that single shit I was saying. Like when you're committed, you don't do that single type shit again. Like go hanging out at their house now and all that kind of, even your homeboys, that's your homies or whatever. There may be like okay, a reason to stop by there and get something and leave or whatever. But when you were single, you might have stayed over there, hung out, partied or whatever. But now you probably won't do that. And as you said, a lot of them that really know you and respect you, they ain't even gonna holler at you and get you to come over because they know you in a relationship now.
I
You see
think
what I'm
that's the
saying?
key, what you're saying, because they have respect and they know that you are in
Right.
a committed relationship. Because if they don't do that, Jay, they have other intentions, and
Exactly.
that's probably where the line is being drawn at. Because if that's the case, then you probably should be having conversation with their partner or something like that, and everybody is friends together. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
you see what I'm saying? If not,
That's what I was saying. Right. It's
right.
above board. There's nothing hidden. There's no deception about it. I got to call Raheem because his uncle, used to work on air conditionings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like you got to give me no play by play, but you ain't hiding nothing. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
No, I
Even,
get
You
it.
know,
even
you ain't hiding nothing.
with my friend, my bestie, me and his wife are very cool. We communicate all the time because there is nothing but friendship there. That's it.
But
But
that's the key. That's
I
the
have yet
key.
to fuck one of my friends. I don't know what that means.
But
So
that's the key because you have a relationship and a mutual respect
that's right.
for their partner, you know. But guess what? There's always some shady, some shady shit always in the background because, you know, honestly, when when somebody is pushing the issue to talk to you and you know the wee hours of the night, you know what I mean, knowing that you have somebody that you laying up with, especially if that's your husband or whatever,
Right.
then that's you know that's a motive right there. That's a motive. You
Yeah.
already answering your own question. Oh, y'all planning to fuck. That's the bottom line. And you can be sneaky all you want, but that's where it's going. And then to what you said, Jay, if you got to give somebody boundaries, you already know something is not right.
Will
At the
y'all
end of
quit
the day,
saying I didn't say
you
boundaries.
did.
I was giving examples
Well,
of
you
what
make
you would.
examples, and that sounds like it's kind of like this will be okay, but if you're doing this, is not.
Right.
Right.
I trust you.
I think all of us should have that though, right? Like we all should have that. Okay, this is where my line in the sand.
If you say it out,
Like,
I think it's the same thing like with your kid. If you tell your kid that, that's what I mean. You not for you not to do. So I don't know if you have a conversation with your lady like that, if it's going to be interpreted like that. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, I wouldn't have that conversation because you already see red flags
right.
early on that will be indicators that this is potentially somebody that is going to have that, this is their interest based on just watching them, listening to them, the conversations, the way they answer the phone. Hey, it's not
Let me tell you something. I hate to
okay.
confuse you. I don't want to get
I'll
all the
call you
story
back.
out because I probably do that. We don't even.
Enough of that shit, man.
We
Enough
could
of that
be,
shit with me. No,
we could
I
be
ain't.
fucking you, and we don't answer the phone like that at all. Okay, we good as a motherfucker. We gonna answer that phone. Hey, it's
I
Tim.
know. See, and this is a great topic too, because when you are masters of
Oh
disguise.
yeah, cause Tim, we got in check. Tim on that phone going like this. Oh, he there? Yeah, baby, he here. Hold on. We got you in check on the other line. Okay?
Don't even give a damn. Tim just all right. Call me when he leaves. Tim don't care.
Tim going like,
Right.
all right, baby, we gonna meet. Okay, hold on. You want to talk to my baby? Oh, you don't want to talk? Because we already know you ain't going to answer the phone. You ain't going to take the phone. We be like, say, hey, I got this motherfucker. Yeah, all right. I'll see you in a minute. Because we already know. Okay? So don't
But it
look
does
like
go, but it does go back to what I was just simply saying. Though, really, that person's behavior will be an
no.
indicator of what's really going on. Sometimes
We act like that
it
all the time.
will.
We
Yeah.
ain't gonna switch it
Well,
up.
All right. I have a question for y'all. Let me put a little twist to the question you asked
Oh,
Kimmy.
uh-oh.
Because it's actually been brought up. I had this conversation with a girlfriend actually last week, and I was like, hell to the nah. So I'm gonna ask y'all. It's around the same. So, how do you feel about a mutual friend of the opposite sex? Well, for Jay and Celeste, just do it based on your sex. Of you and your husband or your wife or your girlfriend, but they're trying to communicate with your spouse frequently. Now you know them, they know you. But they want to talk to your man a lot, and you don't understand it because okay, so there was a situation. One of them, a husband and a wife, they have mutual friends, and their friends are also married. But the wife keeps contacting her husband more than the wife contacts her, and she
I
for
ain't
play
going to call my husband because this is me and this is him. Hello? Hello?
yeah,
Hello?
that's
now
definitely on the
for play
violation.
dates, for etc. And the wife kind of feels like, if you want to play date, why aren't you asking me, mom to mom? Like, why are you asking my man? And the husband works overnight, so when the wife has checked the phone, she sees that their mutual friend be conversing with her man 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
already know what that's
known
going on.
Kim. I have known Kim for years. If I go ring on her doorbell and she not home, I leave him.
Bye. Go in the
I
fuck.
leave him. I be at her husband on the people like this. I be gone.
Right. Yeah. That's
Let
suspect
me
as
tell you,
hell
let
that
me
you're gonna
tell you,
have
and
conversation with
I'm
my
just a very
spouse.
transparent person. Let me tell you, I was married before, and let me tell you, my kid's father, I had a neighbor that did the same bullshit to me. I used to travel back and forth from Virginia to Philadelphia, and I would say she befriended me, and every time I would leave and go to Philadelphia, my children were small little people. She would be at my house and she would be sending messages to him, the whole time. So when I tell you where that's going is, she's going to fuck that dude. That's what she's going to do because they don't have nothing.
No, I disagree with you.
That should be.
That's not where it's going. She getting her eye knocked out, all up in here.
Kimmy froze right now. Yeah.
That's why
But-
she froze. That's it. All it's gonna be black right up in here.
Oh Lord.
As a male,
Yeah, I definitely think that's wrong on all levels.
Yeah.
All levels.
that-
So my scenario, that would be the husband talking to my wife
correct.
Yeah.
all kind of hours.
Well,
And because the first thing I'm gonna look at is my wife first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Why the hell are you talking to this dude like this? What's going on with this? Right? Why are y'all having all this kind of conversation?
Yeah.
What's this all about?
Yeah.
And
It
then
took
from
my name
there,
to tell me. It took my name.
from there would determine whether or not we're going to remain friends.
We're not gonna remain friends. We're gonna
but-
see how I'm gonna get your ass and you're gonna get scraped off the ground because that's what's coming next.
So Kim, you froze, but I told him it's not gonna be a problem. It's gonna be black eye all up in here.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
But
Kimmy, did she have a husband or a partner, or she was single?
she was single. She
Of course.
was single.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's
Same age as my kids, and we used to do play dates and all this kind of stuff. But the whole time, like Jay, she had got his number when I was
How?
off at work. She asked him for it. I didn't even know about it.
You guys be so dumb. Here's my number.
Yes,
Dumb,
and I couldn't reach
that ain't dumb.
me
He was
see.
trying to hit.
exactly.
He knew what he was doing. Yeah, he
I
was
was
like,
like,
oh
what in
yeah,
the
I'm
world?
crush. I'm
When
gonna
it came out,
smash this.
I was like, oh my God, you like first and foremost, you hit the embarrassed mode. Like, what the fuck? And you know what? She looked like somebody drilled her face with a jackhammer, and you doing all this. Like, this person think you gonna get this? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's exciting for a man to have a woman that knows you got a woman and she want to give you
Exactly.
and
That's
do
what it's
whatever.
doing.
So, she could be, very unattractive or whatever. All that don't matter. It's the
Yeah, because
fact that
it's the thrill
she
of the thrill.
wants
Sure.
exactly.
Yep,
She's
it
willing to sneak. She's willing to do all the little nasty under the cover type of things
And that's
while the girlfriend or the wife is away. So I mean, that's a little bit different of a scenario than
Yeah.
what you were actually talking
Good
about,
question,
Rosie. But
though.
same thing.
But she
Yeah,
was
exactly.
communicating
So sort of the same thing. Yeah.
communicate with him to ask questions to me. You see what I'm saying?
No.
The questions would never get to me. You see what I'm saying?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Yes, all
Ask
levels,
questions
all
to
levels.
about me. Oh, can Kim bring the kids over for a play date?
Why she
You
can't
have
ask
my
me?
number? You know what I mean? Why do you have my number? Oh, it's Kim, and then it would just lead to other things. Is Kim going out of town this weekend? I don't want to know so I can plan for play dates and things like that. You don't give a damn about no play date. You're going to play with him, and I'm going to play with you. That's what.
Can I just say this? When I'm talking about the masters of disguise, you all can conceal that and walk right past her like I didn't just sleep with your man.
Y'all can't.
And can speak
You can't
and
do.
act
Y'all
like,
can't do.
You can't do.
not give away any indication at all that anything is taking place.
Y'all do.
And might even have been in the bed, might have been in her bed with
Might have,
your man
might have.
and walk right past them,
Mhm.
hug the kids and everything, and just be as nice as that's just amazing how y'all can do that.
Y'all can do it too.
Yeah.
And
And that's where you say right there, that's pure deceit. That has nothing
right.
to do with that woman trying to take my man and stuff. I don't know her and I'm gonna blame him. Because guess what? Both people are at fault, but that's intentionally done. You see what I'm saying? That's intentionally done. That's a setup. So with your girlfriend Rosie, that's intentionally done. That's
Oh, she cut her off. She
that's
cut her off. And the girl was obviously like, no, why would I do that? I'm cool with both of y'all. What are you talking about? Like, she's like, no, you know exactly what you're doing and it ain't happening. So
It's
she had
not
her
happening.
husband cut him off.
You
I mean,
better
cut her
know
off.
you be
Wow.
homeless.
Yeah.
You're gonna be outside.
And the funny part about it is, as much as she tried to communicate with the girl about certain things, the girl didn't. There was times where the girl stopped contacting. She would contact her, hey, and the girl wouldn't reply to her, but she'd go on her man's phone, and they've been having conversations.
Yeah,
And it
that right there.
not up until she told her husband, tell her you are no longer speaking to her. Then the girl contacted her and say, hey, do we have a problem? She been trying to tell you y'all had a problem, but it wasn't until the husband told you, I can't talk to you no more, that you now wanted to hit her up and ask her what's the problem. Why? Because she cut off your communication with her husband and now you salty about it. You should have been contacting her if you guys were really friends. So women will try it. They will try it if you let them.
I can tell you, I was married 22 years and he did a lot of stuff. But if you had called him on the phone, he would be going like this. Sorry, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. Is this a joke? Is this being recorded? He was like, nah. Are you really serious? Do you really want to do this? Because she crazy. Like, you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that.
That's underhanded. So I think we all agree that you know, but long as boundaries are set, you know, it's okay to have a friend, your best friend is the opposite sex, because you know, maybe you've known them longer. Most of the time you have known them longer than you've actually known your mate or whatever. I think where it falls apart is when deceit comes in, and that's a whole different relationship. You know, that's intentions, you know, where you have to manipulate the situation, where you allow disrespect to start to come in, where someone's calling you outside of hours, where you know that you shouldn't be talking to no male or no female with you are in the company of your partner, you know, and that shouldn't have to be spoken, because when you start to speak those type of conversations with your partner, the disrespect is already there, and and the communication is already broken, and you got issues already starting. Because if you having conversations like that, you already know the wheels are turning right there. So, you know, just in closing, just final thoughts. I think this was a good conversation. So, if anybody out there listening, y'all got some words of wisdom going with this episode. Try this shit if you want to. Find yourself homeless, beat up, and you say, "Damn, I wish I would have listened to that episode of Let's Chit Chat Sis. I should have cut that fool off. He wrecked my life, wrecked my home, and so on. And then I got my ass beat all in a matter of a week, when I know that he wasn't really my friend. He really wanted to break up my home, because some people just intentionally want to do that. So, you know, that's my thoughts. What's your thoughts, Celeste?
I think that's important if we find somebody that I hate to use the word equally yoked, but we have the same like morals and like standards, then you don't have to really worry as much, right? Some things happen, but if you know that the person that you with is really respectful of how you feel, and they're honest to a point where they can just tell you it's not working and they keep it moving, that's the best way to go, because you don't have to set boundaries that way. It's just like, you know, if it's not popping, he's going to tell me I might not like it, but he also know I'm a little cray cray, you know, so I'm gonna pop off. So I think if we do that, we don't have to worry about setting boundaries. And oh, by the way, I'm gonna look into that monogamy thing, because I'm not gonna be doing that no more.
Monogamy, you're not going to be doing
What
that?
about you, Jay?
Well, I mean, I really come from the place first and foremost of security. Like, you know, you have to be a secure person first and foremost. And then you understand there's life before you. People know people prior to them knowing you, the opposite sex. Then you look at what is the behavior. I mean, you know, having a friend of the opposite sex that's a real platonic friendship is nothing wrong with that. That's cool. You know, that's nurturing. That's great. You know what I'm saying? That's beneficial in a lot of ways. So as long as the respect of the relationship is there, and everything is upfront, there's no deceit, there's no hiding and all those kind of things, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it at all.
Okay. And Rosie?
Honestly, I feel like JV and Celeste pretty much said everything. I feel like the wisest thing, especially this day and age. I mean, I'm sure forever in a day, but now let's skip the bullshit. Try to find somebody that just has the same, like you said, morals as you. Certain things that they wouldn't approve of, and vice versa, because it does limit, the bullshit. Because if you find somebody that thinks it's perfectly fine to go to their homegirl's house, at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they ain't doing nothing, and no matter how much you talk, they just say, okay, but I don't see it's a problem. The ship is going to sink, because if they don't see it's a problem and they're not listening to what you're saying, then you're wasting your time versus finding somebody that also think it's inappropriate. Therefore, it's less of a problem. I do want to ask one last question. I know we're closing out. I feel like it's just something the listeners may say we did not cover pertaining to this, because I feel like everything we've said is pertaining to friends that we have known. So what about having opposite friends of the opposite sex, new friends of the opposite sex, whether you've met them at work or a business or something like that? Do you feel the same about that? We don't have to make it long, but we've talked about only past friends. What about
that's a good question. Oh hell no, because they don't get no brownie points, because they gotta build their credibility up. You ain't wrecking my damn home, and I just met you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
and
good on the new one.
why? Yeah, why are you making new friends like
Correct.
that? I mean,
Hey,
what's
you
going
so
on?
old
Like,
school. You talking about why you making new friends? Everybody make
yeah,
friends.
I'm saying, what are you running around making new friends?
Oh my
I
god.
got a new male friend. He's my new friend. I mean, if it's a coworker, he's a coworker. I understand,
Mhm.
but I mean, yeah, I'm not tripping about you meeting people at work or whatever. But I mean, it's like, who's going out meeting new friends of the opposite sex, like,
You
and
hear?
you're in a relationship?
She looking
I'm
at
just saying, you're in a relationship, right? You're in a committed relationship, and you're just, so when somebody approaches you, you're in a committed relationship. So it's not really going to go further there, right? I mean, I'm just saying, let's be real.
No,
So they're
like
going to
that
be like, well, let
coworker
me get your
situation.
number. Let me get your number. I know you're in a committed relationship. Let me just be your new friend. Okay.
But I think if
Bullshit.
somebody has
That's
an
bullshit.
extroverted, I think if somebody has an
Bullshit.
extroverted personality, I think they can meet any type of person, male or female, and gel with them and have new
Man, they
friends.
trying to holler. Y'all know they
Yeah,
trying to
I
holler.
do.
If they knew, they
I
trying to
do.
holler.
I know somebody who is like that. They can spark up a conversation with people, and they're not taking it. Yeah, you like that too, so they can spark up a
Everybody.
conversation.
I'm saying, now that you're your new friend, you're changing,
That becomes
exchanging numbers.
yeah.
Listen, the dude that I date now will look at me and go like this. Why do you talk to everybody
I
outside?
mean, everybody's getting your number and they're becoming your new friend. Let's keep it categorized now. We're not just talking about friendly conversation with strangers as being cordial
Yeah,
and A-type personalities, like most of us on this panel are. We're
yeah.
talking about making new friends, is what she was
Making
asking.
new
And
friends.
you exchanging numbers, and now this is my new friend.
Well, I'm gonna give you a perfect example.
That's what it say in the phone, new
I'm gonna
friend. That's some
give you a
bullshit.
perfect example, and we all are in the podcasting world. I meet male podcasters.
Yes.
I meet male podcasters, and some of them I talk to frequently now.
Mm-hmm.
They're like my friends. So,
That's
Yep.
your podcasting, but that's a
it-
podcasting thing.
but we don't just talk about podcasting. We talk about
It
a whole
rolls over to
and we
other
like
stuff
friends.
naturally.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So
Okay, but it was within the boundaries, right? I'm just
but
saying, it was within the boundaries.
she made a really good example, because that is true. When you are in, especially in an exposed type of environment
Mhm.
like this, you do meet new people, and we meet male people just like female people. You have met Tasha.
Okay, so
All
okay,
different
Rosie, so you
people.
talking about plutonic friends that you're just meeting
You
It's
try
to
to
be
platonic
meeting
on your
people.
end. I know guys are always like, oh, well, he probably want to smash, but we don't have smashing conversations. We actually just cool. But
right.
some guys still, or some women are like, no, you don't need a whole new friend type thing. But it doesn't start off as, like you said, oh, let's exchange numbers. I'll give you my, it don't even be that way. Just like Kimmy said, you could be talking to a podcaster, and I've been doing this for a year now. I got hella homeboys all over the United States, and
Yeah.
it's not that type of party, but that can make my dude uncomfortable, because now you're talking to all these dudes that you didn't know 6 months ago. And go
Yeah.
ahead,
I know
Celeste.
you're gonna be mad. I know you're gonna be mad. Today on TV there was this show, a drug show, and the lady was coming for a divorce, and she had her husband there, and she said, if you don't fire your assistant, I'm divorcing you. And he was like, I ain't firing her. I mean, is that like, is that a thing? He was adamant, you're not going to control me. You're not going to, just because you've been hurt before, you're not going to force me to fire somebody who's working really good for me. Now, was he smashing her? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's because people
Well,
come
I
with
mean, I would
issues.
say this: if he's dealing with an insecurity, if she's dealing with an insecurity that's not valid, yeah, I'm with him. I'm
But
not
I'm
firing
your
her
wife.
just because you tripping.
I'm your
You
wife.
tripping.
But that's what, but think about it. Aren't we all saying the same thing?
Yes.
We're all saying the same thing. If you are a person that has baggage, I mean, I'm going to say baggage. Somebody fucked over you, you're insecure. It don't matter who it is. You think about it. If you
Right.
see side-eyeing their asses real quick, who is that on that phone? Who is calling you? You know what I mean?
So
Regardless.
you still carrying that shit to the
You
new
still
relationship.
carrying it. You still
A lot
carrying it.
of
If
times,
you feel
That's a
comfortable, I
problem.
can tell you, my husband, I'm not lifting him up, but he's probably the most um person that
Lift that brother up. Lift him up. What
Right?
you
Look
mean?
at
Lift that
your
brother up.
man.
he's so
Lift that
he,
man.
he's
Lift that
so
king up.
he,
Where is he? Get him over here on the camera.
he's so you know him, Celeste. He's so
he's secure.
yeah,
And
shit does not bother him like that. I'm telling you. And I talk to Jay on the phone. I talk to podcasters on the phone. I talk to everybody on the phone. If he's shit, I'm going to bed. You keep talking all you want, turn that
because he
TV
knows
down.
the type of woman that you are.
Girl,
I mean,
that's hard to find. That is amazing, Kimmy.
but guess what? When I
And
go to bed, I'm hugging and squeezing his ass at night. You know what I mean? So he doesn't give a shit.
type of woman she is. So he knows.
Yes.
You can say all you want because that's right. Because at the end of the day, I
Yeah.
know Kim ain't going too far. She too crazy acting. She ain't going but too far, but to the front door. Most people ain't gonna even like her because she gonna curse them out. So
And he also knows.
huh?
And he also knows she don't want him to go tie-tie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
but what also goes back to what I was saying is that your husband, like a lot of other people, one, they're secure with themselves
yes.
and they're secure with the marriage. And
Yeah.
so when you secure it yourself and you secure it the marriage, you're understanding that that person you're with, that's what they're gonna operate within.
Yeah.
You know, that the phone calls, the conversations, everything's gonna be operated within the respect that they have for themselves first and foremost, and for the marriage.
Yeah.
So when you were saying, Rosie, you know, it's gonna be a hard dude to find. If you're running to insecure guys, you're absolutely right. But if you run into a person that is secure because the relationship itself is secure, you're right. I mean, let's just being real.
Yeah.
Then you know I don't have any problem with my woman. I know she's a podcaster. This is what she does. She's talking to guys. They're gonna conversate, and they might sometimes talk about life or talk about other things, but it's still under the umbrella of respect. You see what I'm saying? To the marriage and relationship. So I'm secure with who I am. I ain't tripping because you on the phone. Because I already know just what she said. Lift that brother up. She gonna squeeze him. She gonna hold him. So that's what I was saying about the relationship is defined and secure.
As a woman with those standards, we put that stuff in check right away. If they get too comfortable, we'll tell you in a minute. No, don't do that. Go with that. We're not even crossing that line.
Yeah.
Who are the more aggressive cheaters though? Are the males more aggressive cheaters or the females more aggressive cheaters?
I think that women are cheaters, Jay. I think they're
More
just
aggressive, more aggressive now. I'm talking about more
they're
aggressive.
better.
They gonna try to snatch that other person. They want that person.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think and
Mhm.
we're better cheaters. Men are stupid cheaters. That's what it is. They're
So y'all are more aggressive, in other words.
yeah.
Yeah, I
When a
think so.
woman
I
wants
think so.
something,
Yeah, yeah, y'all are.
they go on the hunt and they're going to get
Right.
Yeah.
They
men.
like, yeah, I'm gonna
They,
get that D. I'm gonna
yeah,
get that D.
yeah, and they usually get them because men are weak. I'm sorry to
Mhm.
say, they're weak.
Damn.
Temptation
Brothers,
is motherfucker.
brothers.
They
Yeah.
sorry to tell you they weak, and when a woman want them, they coming after them. You know what I mean? So it takes it takes a
Well,
lot.
thank you for Rosie for pointing out that there are a percentage of women that are also
Yeah.
weak. That will,
Give him that
you know,
stuff. Wow, Rosie,
just a
wow.
small percentage. Thank you for
My
the
bad.
listeners out
My
there. There are
bad.
listeners out there that were wondering, are there any women that are weak and will cheat on a good dude,
Women
perfectly good dude?
weak.
They'll just cheat on him. Really good guy.
Let people
saying the difference because women are more crafty at it. You know what I mean? They are. They they almost perfect it. So that's why men get called out on it more than women do.
Right.
Because women are behind the scenes moving. You know what I mean? Men are blatant out like your dick led the way
Yes.
or the men, and here it is. You know what I mean?
Brothers ain't gonna like to hear this, but you're right. It's like when the question was, can you walk past somebody that you had sex with like you didn't know them?
Answers,
99.9% of the women said yes, and the one other brother said no. Because we're gonna try to make some kind of eye contact. We're gonna give it away some kind of way. We're gonna try to look at her titties or something.
But
We're gonna,
might not look at her at all. Then you be like, yeah, right. Really? You don't see her there?
That spoken volumes. 99% of them said,
I'm telling you, yes, I can walk right past you. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's only maybe one or two women out of maybe 20 or 30 that responded that said no.
but no, Jay.
But everybody else, I was like, God
whoa.
damn, they cold, boy. They gonna walk right past me.
Because I'm
Yeah.
the boo. Like you ain't the boo. Like you
I'm
already know
saying.
where the space is.
But no, the question didn't say if you're with someone and you walk past that person. It's just walk right past. It's just me and it's just you.
Had sex with.
Yeah, it's just me and you.
Is it Wednesday? Because if it's
We
Wednesday,
at the same club where we met. You ain't gonna speak to me. God damn.
today Wednesday.
Walk right past you. Ain't know it. If you ask for
damn.
fire, look, walk past you, burning up on fire. Walk right.
Wasn't that memorable
Right.
either? Whatever.
Damn. That's our favorite song on right now. Don't you remember that song? We slow danced on that song 5 years ago.
Who you?
Wait a minute.
Exactly. I was like, damn, that's close.
Everybody on that song.
But this was a really, really good episode. And before we close out, Rosie, we want to thank you for joining us on the porch today. And we would like to tell everybody about where they can reach you. And first, before I get a little bit too far down the road, tell everybody about your platform because your platform is awesome, girl.
Yeah, Rosie.
You have the hottest topics, the most transparent topics. When I tell you, sometimes I'm at work and I just tune over there real quick. I'd be like, get my laugh. I'd be like, damn. I go from laughing like, damn, whoa. I go through all the emotions when I look. But I'm like, you hit it all. So just give everybody a brief synopsis of what your platform is about.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for allowing me on your platform as well. It was a great conversation. I can't wait to listen to this episode. I'm going to act like I wasn't on it. And I really be listening when the conversations be fun. I'm like, oh yeah, we did such a good job. So thank you. As far as my platform, like you said, Kimmy, like it is a range of things. And I feel like both my Instagram page and my podcast is a representation of who I am. Yeah, I want to talk about funny stuff. Yeah, I want to talk about raggedy dudes. Yeah, I want to talk about all types of stuff. But then there's also serious conversations that need to be had. And I like to have those as well because I'm jokey and I'm playful, but I like to have real conversations. But ultimately, it's about relationships for the most part. Sometimes we have like sexual conversations as far as perspectives, different topics. Sometimes we have trauma or, all types of real life situations as well. But for the most part, it is relationship topic based. And I usually have men and women on. And as you guys can see, like from my Instagram, you can have one topic in a million different perspectives. So I just enjoy seeing how people think, and I learn new things. And I think people end up learning new ways to look at something that they never thought about. So it's just a fun time to be able to see different perspectives on anything. But they could definitely find me on Instagram. I always say if you find me on Instagram, you find me on everything because I'm on there all the time. And that's at _Rosie ROSEY_perspective. And of course, they can find me on all major streaming platforms.
Well, I thank you again, Rosie, for being on here. I hope you do not become a stranger because we would love to have you back because you definitely bring the real.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Rosie. Definitely.
Just say the word and I'm here. And I'll be recording for season 4 sometime at the end of the summer. I would love to have you guys on for that season.
Definitely.
You guys are amazing. I love the vibes. I definitely enjoyed being on with you all today.
Thank you so much. So
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
we will definitely take you up on that invitation. Definitely. So thank you again for joining us tonight. This concludes our episode, and join us next Sunday for our next episode. So again, we're here to empower you and uplift you, as Celeste always say. This is the conclusion of Let's Chit Chat Sis. I am your girl Kimmy,
And I'm your girl Celeste.
This is JB from NC.
and we have Rosie.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything.
Yeah.
But yes, it's your girl Rosie.
Don't get shy on us now.
So everybody have a wonderful night.